إن الذين يستكبرون عن عبادتي سيدخلون جهنم داخرين. وقال النبي صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم: الدعاء هو العبادة، أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. آمين. My most respected elders, brothers, youngsters, students, and mothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, all praise is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us blessings upon blessings. And this is also one of those blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, that He had allowed us to come to the masjid and listen to the different lectures and speakers. Plus, keep in mind that we are here with a purpose, with one intention. If we do not have any intention, before I start my topic, make sure that we renew our intention, or we make some intention that we are here to get guidance. We are here to get the knowledge of Deen. We are here to understand the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are here that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will listen and also understand, as well as we are going to practice. Should be some form of intention as we are here, because our a'mal, our actions, they are based on intentions. إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. Plus, whatever you intend, you will get. وَإِنَّمَا لِمْرِئٍ مَّا نَوَى. Person is going to get all those things, or only that what he has intended. So you have intended to get guidance, you will get it, inshallah. Of course, with those shara'i, with those conditions that you have to listen to, you have to pay attention to, you have to focus, and all those things. When you do that, those things, then inshallah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not deprive you. He is going to give you that. If you are here with the intention to listen to the message of Allah, to meet people, just to say salam to the people so that you are rewarded, inshallah you will get the reward for that. You're here so that you know you will meet so and so and ask him how he is and all those things. You will be rewarded. You're gonna be, showing good akhlaq to the people. You will be rewarded. So again, out of all these purposes, out of all these intentions, our main goal for this conference, for this meeting is, right, that how we can get connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? To get to understand and to listen to the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to listen to the teachings of Islam and practice upon it. So first, my request to each and every one of you is that we renew our intention, we make some form of intention. And just one more time, I'm saying it, that whatever you're going to intend, you will get. This is the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, So keeping that in mind, before I come to the topic, I just want to share one hadith to you. It's practical, it's something easy to practice upon. Something I want all to adhere to stick with. That always do this. And that hadith is, it comes in Tirmidhi as well as in other books of ahadith. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has reported to have mentioned, Abdullah ibn Amr radiallahu anhu is the Sahabi of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He reports this hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He says, خَلَّتَانِ لَا يُحْصِيهِمَا رَجُلٌ مُسْلِمٌ إِلَّا دَخَلَ الْجَنَّةِ. That there are two characteristics, two habits, two qualities. No one is adhered and no one is practicing upon it except he will enter Jannah. Anyone who practices upon these two things, he will enter into Jannah. Now, this is the reason I wanted to share this hadith to you before I come to my topic. That here Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is promising Jannah for that person whosoever does these two things. The word is rajulun muslim. So before I go into those two things, we need to keep in mind, this is for rajulun muslim. The first condition is that a person has to be a Muslim person, right? For entry into Jannah. For you to get entry into Jannah, Islam is must. Iman is must. You have to have Iman and Islam first. That's the prerequisite. And we all are Muslims, alhamdulillah. So just wanted to draw your attention towards this part. That's why I mentioned. Otherwise, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us Iman in Islam, and may Allah keep us firm on Iman in Islam, because that's important so that we get entry into Jannah. So again, خَلَّتَانِ لَا يُحْصِهِمَا رَجُلٌ مُسْلِمٌ إِلَّا دَخَلَ الْجَنَّةِ. Two qualities, two characteristics, whosoever does that, he will enter into Jannah. Then you know what one may think, if this is giving us entry into Jannah, it might be something very, very difficult. It might be something, a difficult task for us, because a huge reward is given. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam removes this doubt by saying, "Ala wa huma yasir." Listen, they are easy. Those two things are easy to do it. And then he mentions, وَمَنْ يَعْمَلُ بِهِمَا قَلِيلٌ. Those who act upon these two things, they are few. Not many people are practicing upon it. Few people are practicing upon it. Few people are acting upon it. And then he mentions, what are those two things? يُسَبِّحُ اللَّهَ فِي دُبُرِ كُلِّ صَلَاةٍ عَشْرًا وَيَحْمَدُهُ عَشْرًا وَيُكَبِّرُهُ عَشْرًا. The Rawi is saying, فَأَنَا رَأَيْتُ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ صَلَى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ يَعْقِدُ بِيَدِهِ. That a person says Subhanallah 10 times. Very easy to say Subhanallah 10 times. It doesn't take so long. Alhamdulillah 10 times. And Takbir Allahu Akbar 10 times. Fi duburi kulli salat. After every salat. 10 times Subhanallah, 10 times Alhamdulillah, and 10 times Allahu Akbar. In this particular hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is mentioning. Rawi is saying that, the narrator is saying that, I have seen Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam counting on his hand, right? When we do tasbih, Subhanallah, Subhanallah, we count on our hand. Then he sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentions, فَتِلْكَ خَمْسُونَ وَمِئَةٍ بِاللِّسَانِ. These kalimat, these tasbihat, right? You are told 10 times each. 3 things, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, after every salah. So after one salah, you are doing 30 times, or 30 tasbihat, 30 kalimat. And if you multiply the 30 with 5, you're going to get 30 times 5, 150, because you're praying 5 times daily. So these are 150 kalimat on your tongue. Right? When you are speaking, when you are saying it, these are 150 words. But he mentions وَأَلْفٌ فِي الْمِيزَانِ. They are 1,000 on your scale of deeds. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will weigh our deeds on the day of Qiyamah. Right? We are doing actions in this world, and when we will be presented before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our actions will be weighed, and according to the weight of our a'mal and our actions, if فَمَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ and وَمَنْ خَفَّتْ مَوَازِينُهُ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ, that whosoever his scales of good deeds will be heavy, they are those who are successful. So we want to increase the weight of our good deeds, the scale of our good deeds. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying, you are saying 150 kalimat, and on Mizan there will be 1,000. There will be, you are saying 100, how many you said? 150. So on Mizan it will be 1,500. How 1,500 there will be on Mizan? Because man jaa bil hasanati falahu ashru amthaliha. Whosoever comes with one good deed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala multiplies it with 10. So you brought 150 multiplied by 10 is 1,500. So this is going to be on your mizan, that وَأَلْفٌ وَخَمْسُمِئَةٍ فِي الْمِيزَانِ. 1,500 will be on your scale. So the first action is, again, you are saying Subhanallah 10 times, Alhamdulillah 10 times, Allahu Akbar 10 times after each and every salat of yours. For this, we need to understand that we have to pray daily. Right? These kalimat you are saying after salat. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling us that you are praying, and after your prayer you are saying these kalimat. That's one thing, one action. Second action, he sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us in this hadith. Remember we said khallatan, 2 qualities, 2 characteristics. The second one is وَإِذَا أَخَذْتَ مَضْجَعَكَ. That when a person goes to his bed and he to sleep, here he is saying Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar 100 times. Yani 33 times Subhanallah, 33 times Alhamdulillah, and 34 times Allahu Akbar. That is going to make it 100. Now this is on your tongue, 100 kalimat, 100 words. But on your mizan, it's going to be 1,000 because it is going to be multiplied by 10. So here you are saying 1,000 kalimat. Okay, after mentioning these two a'mal, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentions, فَأَيُّكُمْ يَعْمَلُ فِي الْيَوْمِ وَاللَّيْلَةِ أَلْفَيْنِ سَيِّئَةً. Which one of you does 2,500 bad deeds per day? Because you earn how many good deeds? 2,500. From your salat, after every salat, you are saying 30 times these kalimat, and you multiplied it to be 150. On your scale, it was 1,500. Plus, when you were on your bed, you said this kalimat 100 times, which is 100 times 10, that's 1,000. 1,500 plus 1,000 is 2,500. Yani, you are earning every day through these kalimat 2,500 good deeds. How many 2,500 good deeds? Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam asks, and he's asking, which one of you does 2,500 bad deeds every day? So here the explanation to that is, if you are earning 2,500 good deeds every day and not doing 2,500 bad deeds, it means every day you have balance. Every day you have balance of good deeds. And inshallah, if you practice in this manner and die, you're gonna go into go before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with more good deeds than bad deeds. It means your scales of good deeds will be heavy and you will get success. So again, 2,500 good deeds you are earning through what? Saying Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar 10 times each after every salah. That's 150 kalimat on your tongue, but you are getting man ja'a bil hasanati falahu ashru amthaliha. Based on that 10 times, you are getting the reward. That is going to make it 1,500. And when you are going to sleep, you are saying this kalimat 100 times, 33 times Subhanallah, 33 times Alhamdulillah, and 34 times Allahu Akbar. These are 100 kalimat multiplied by 10 is 1,000. So those 1,500 and this 1,000 equals to 2,500. You are earning every day 2,500 reward. Now this is beside other actions you are earning. If you are doing more good actions, that's extra, that's extra. So again, the point is that you are earning every day more good deeds than bad deeds. And then the question comes, why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is mentioning that those who act upon these two things, they are few. And this is what Sahaba radiallahu anhu asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how come this action is very easy, these two things, when it comes to do it, when it comes to practice upon it, it's very easy. But how come many few people are acting upon it? So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam replies, and here I want you to pay attention as well, so that we are not also guilty of this, and we are able to do our action as well. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam replies that when one of you comes for prayer, or when he gets up for prayer, Shaitan comes to him and he reminds him about different tasks of his, about different work of his. And then once he's reminded by those different things that you have to do this, after your salah, what happens? This person right after salah, he leaves and he forgets to read this kalima. He prays his prayer, but right after salah, because he is reminded by Shaitan about different tasks. So what does he do? He forgets and he doesn't read these kalimat. And that's the reason those who act upon these tasbihat or upon these kalimat, they are few people. Plus, when a person goes to his bed to sleep, right, for sleeping, Shaitan comes again and he makes him sleep. And for this reason, he forgets to recite and read these kalimat. Now, we want to beat Shaitan. We want to remind ourselves that I should not miss reading these kalimat. So I've mentioned those who have come later. There are two things whosoever does practice upon Allah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that he will enter Jannah. Number one, I've mentioned, he says after every salat, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar 10 times each. And he says 100 times these kalimat. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar 33, 33, 34 times, yani 100 kalimat. So these two actions, anyone who does that, he will enter Jannah. But Rasulullah says that those who act upon them, they are few people. And the reason was that because shaitan is making them forget. So this was the hadith I wanted to mention before I come to my topic. And I hope everyone understood this hadith. And I'm hoping that everyone is going to practice upon this. It's easy. And the promise is made by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The topic of our is importance of dua and about dua. When it comes to dua, first we need to understand what is dua first. That when we make dua to, of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it builds connection between a person and between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Remember our main juz, you can say, or the important thing that we have is iman in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, tawheed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we make dua, we are strengthening our tawheed, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we believe. You know, as believer, it is must. This is how we will come into the fold of Islam and Iman, that we believe in the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when a person is supplicating and making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only to no one else, when he is asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is building his connection with Allah and strengthening him in this tawheed. So this requires us that we frequently make dua. Why? We want to be firm on our iman. We want to be on our iman throughout our life until we die, so that we get entry into Jannah. Remember I told you in the beginning, for us to get entry into Jannah, iman is must, right? Islam is must, that's prerequisite. And we need to protect this iman. And we need to take it to the hereafter. Then we can get entry into Jannah. Now this is one action, dua. And how important dua is, that it builds connection between a person and between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And number two, I have told you what type of connection, that our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we believe in the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so it strengthens our tawheed. Remember, the Quran talks about three basic aqaid, or you can say the principles of all our aqaid and all our beliefs are three things. Number one is tawheed, number two risalah, and number three hereafter akhir. Risalah is the messengership or the messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when we say tawheed, the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is only one who is worthy of worship. So through our action of dua, when we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are basically strengthening this first basic principle, which Quran mentions many places about tawheed. Number two, risalah, right? That we believe in all the messengers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We believe in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam being last prophet. We believe in the teachings of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We are going to follow the teachings of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when we make dua, that Allah allow us to follow the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now these are the kalimat. This is the sentence of your dua. You are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, give us mahabbat, love of the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because it is going to give us the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قل إن كنتم تحبون الله فاتبعوني يحببكم الله ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in Surah Al Imran that if you claim to love Allah, then love, then follow me. فَاتَّبِعُونِ. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That follow Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So in ittiba, in doing ittiba, in following Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we get the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when we make dua, that oh Allah, give us the ittiba of the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we are building our connection of this part of Iman, that Iman in Risalah, which is the second principle or second most repeated principle of Iman or article of faith in Quran. The third thing is hereafter. Anything we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about hereafter, this is going to again strengthen our belief in the hereafter. So three basic principles, Tawheed, Risalah, and hereafter. When we frequently make dua, how is this going to come? This is the importance of dua, that when we constantly asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will be strengthening, we will be building these three articles of faith. Can this regard? Strengthening these three articles of faith. You can understand how important it is when we are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we talk about hereafter, oh Allah, give us Jannah. What is Jannah? Where is Jannah? It's going to be the hereafter. Oh Allah, save us, protect us from the fire of Jahannam. Now again, the fire of Jahannam is where in the hereafter. And anything that is related to hereafter, when we are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us, we are building our this article of faith as well, when we are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So in the importance of dua, when we constantly ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are building our faith. We are strengthening our faith. And again, I want to remind you, this faith is that which will give us entry into Jannah. Remember that a person has his aqaid, his faith, Iman, right? His Iman is correct. And he has a'mal. Remember these two things. If you want to summarize entire Islam, you can do the summary of entire Islam in these two categories, or you can classify Islam into these two, into these two types. One is Iman, yani aqaid, and number two, your a'mal. When a person has aqaid, his aqaid are correct, his beliefs are correct, and all the articles of faith that we need to believe in, those are correct, and his a'mal are according to Sunnah, then this person gets entry into Jannah. Remember that. Now, one person, he has Sahih aqaid, right, in his book of deeds, but he doesn't have a'mal, zero a'mal, let's say. Now, this person will enter into Jannah, maybe after the punishment, or if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does show his grace and mercy upon that person, then he may be forgiven first, and then he gets Jannah directly. If not, then the justice requires, the justice of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, based on justice, he will be punished first, and then he will get entry into Jannah. But another person, he does not have aqaid in his book of deeds. Only he has his a'mal. This person will not enter Jannah. This person will not enter Jannah because prerequisite is missing. So what I'm saying is, what I'm emphasizing over here is that when we make dua, when we frequently ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are building this, we are strengthening this person, which is our aqaid. And how important our aqaid are, as I've told you, it will give us entry into Jannah. So we all need to remember this. We all need to keep in mind that Allah, you gave us Iman, you kept us Muslim, keep us firm on this Iman in Islam all the way until we die, so that we get entry into Jannah. You see? So again, when it comes to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this was the very, very important point I wanted to mention. Now I'm just gonna mention to you the ayat that I've recited before you from Surah Al-Baqarah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. That when my servants ask you, O Messenger of Allah, when my servants ask you about me, yani where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about me, whether qareeb or ba'id, close, near or far, then say فَإِنِّي قَرِيب, indeed I'm near. فَإِنِّي قَرِيب أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي. I respond, I accept to the supplication of the one who supplicates to me, who makes dua. فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي. They should also respond, they should also accept my ahkam, my commandments. وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي. They should also believe in me. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشَدُونَ. So they get guidance. Over here, we take one by one this ayah. The first thing is, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي. When my servants ask you about me, far or near, here if you look at the pattern of the ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't say, then tell them. The sentence should have been what? If Saad Ali is asking someone, do you know where my brother is? Right? They both came to the masjid together, and then he doesn't find his brother. So he asks someone, Hasib, that do you know where my brother is? And what do we say? Another person narrating this is going to say that Hasib said his brother is whatever. Right? But over here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي. He doesn't say that tell them. He mentions فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. What's the point over here? He says, indeed I'm near. The answer, indeed I'm near. The point over here is to show nearness. To show nearness, he has kept sentence so near that he didn't even like to mention tell them. Otherwise, if he says that, then the sentence would have been far from one another. So in this sentence, he mentions the closeness of his. So again, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ. When my servants ask you about me, فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ, indeed I'm near. Now over here, how near Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with us. In another ayah of Surah Qaf, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ حَبْلِ الْوَرِيدِ, that we are closer to a person than his jaguar vein. This is how close Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. And right after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ. I respond, I accept to the supplication of the one who supplicates to me. So anyone who makes dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts our dua. Now, ulama have mentioned some of the sharaid and some of the conditions. I would like to mention few of those so that we stay away, we refrain, so that we don't have this complaint that why my du'as are not being accepted. So what are those shara'i? One of those shara'i is that a person is not eating haram. Person is not eating haram. Otherwise, his du'as will not be accepted. He will be asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but because he is eating haram, that's why his du'a will not be accepted. So keep in mind that we refrain from eating haram. Now, for that, we need to understand what things are haram, what things are halal. Now, that's not the topic, but we learn those things so that we can stay away from those things and our du'as are accepted. So one of the shara'i, as I've told you, that person is not eating haram. Number two is that a person is not asking about something haram. For example, he's not asking that the relation is broken between these two people. Or he's not asking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to cause his own self some harm. No, this is harming yourself is haram. Now, he's not asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to cause him harm. Or he's not asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala about qati'atul rahim, that his relation with someone to whom he has to join ties with, right? He has to keep relation. He's asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to break. In other words, if you want to summarize this, you can say he's not asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala inappropriate. So if you are not asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anything which is inappropriate, then your dua will be accepted. These are the shara'i, these are the conditions, prerequisites for your dua to be accepted. Number one, not eating haram. Number two, not asking about something that is inappropriate, something that is haram, something that is sinful, something that is wrong, right? That you're not asking about it. Number three is that a person is having firm yaqeen. Right? And in the husni, it comes in the riwayat, the mafhum of the riwayat is that I am according to the expectation of my servant. And however my servant thinks of me, I am like that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says this is hadith Qudsi. What it means that when you are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are asking with this mindset that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to accept my dua, then He's not going to accept your dua. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to treat you based on your expectation of it. So you're asking with this mindset that I'm asking, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept my dua, and He will surely accept my dua, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept that person's dua. So keep that in mind. This is very, very important when it comes to making dua. We have this yaqeen, this surety that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will accept my dua. Yes, when it comes to the acceptance of dua, whenever we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, either Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us what we have asked for. Whatever we have asked for, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us. Either that happens. Number two, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't give us what we have asked for, then He removes difficulties from our path. Number two. If that doesn't happen, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward that person in the hereafter. That when he sees the reward of the du'as that he had made and he wasn't given in the world, now he is given ajr and reward. He will wish that none of my du'as had accepted in the world, and I would have gotten the ajr and the reward of all my du'as over here. So huge reward he will get if he is not getting what he has asked for in this world. But the point over here is, whatever you make dua, it's not going to go to waste. You will inshallah get either what you have asked for, or difficulties will be removed, or you're going to get huge reward in the hereafter. One more point over here. This wish that a person is going to make in the hereafter, that I will have gotten the ajr of all my rewards over here. This is good over there. It's not good in this world. Why? It's important to understand as well. This wish is not good over here. Yani you are making dua and you are saying that, oh Allah, do not give me what I'm asking, but give me the reward in lieu of this in the hereafter, so I can get more and more reward. Here, this is not good because we are weak, we are feeble. What is going to happen? After some time, you're going to stop asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because you're not getting the result of your dua. You know, whatever we do, this is our nature, right? If we do something, we want to see the result of it. Whatever we do, we want to see the effect of it. So cause and effect. We are like that, you know, I'm doing this. Why this is not happening? Why the result is not coming? So if the result doesn't come out on your action, then you will be like, let me just forget this. Let me not do this. And you're not going to do it. So that's the reason I'm saying this wish is good in the hereafter, not here. So here, you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with this mindset that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me. Allah grant me. Whatever you're asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to. One more thing over here, when we are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we need to keep in mind, our job is to make dua. Okay, this is going to, let me put it into question and answer. You know, we all believe in the taqdeer of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written for me. This is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. Everything has been written for everyone. So whether I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or not, if it is written for me, it will come to me. Now, with this mindset, what happens is, some people, they don't ask. They don't ask because they are having this mindset. It's written for me. That's why it will come or it will not come, whatever it is. So they are not asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or they are not making dua. Remember the answer for this. It's very, very important. Answer for this is yes, everything is written. But do you know? Do you know what's going to happen tomorrow? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, but we do not know. So what our job is? That we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and leave the result in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Leave the result for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we keep on asking because we do not know whether, okay, you're applying for this job, for example. You ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah, if it's good, then give me this. Allah, if there is khair in it, give me this. So you make this dua. You do not leave this by saying, if it is written for me, it will come. If it's not written, it won't come. Remember, you do not know what's the future. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. Your job is to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the result, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If it's written for you, it will come. If it's not, it will not come. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows hikam, wisdoms behind that. When to give you, where to give you, and everything. How to give you, and all those things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written everything. Yes, this is our belief. And it will come at its appropriate time. Everything that is written for us, it will happen at its appropriate time. So on its time, it will happen. But our job is that we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our duty is that we make dua, acceptance, and accepting the du'as of ours, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Leave it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I give one example to understand this. You know, a person, he is traveling from here to, let's say, California, New York, anywhere he is going, right? He goes to the, let's say he's taking bus or train from here. He goes to the bus station or train station, thinking and expecting that bus is going to arrive in half an hour. So he leaves right after the train, 1 o'clock, at 1 o'clock, he gets there at 1:30, just example. Thinking that bus is going, or train is going to arrive at 1:45. Now he didn't check the schedule. That when my transportation will arrive. He didn't check the schedule. He's just thinking that it will arrive. Now he goes to the station and bus or train was scheduled to come at 5 o'clock. Now he's, saying bad things to himself and getting angry and different reaction, his emotions he's going through because bus didn't arrive according to his expectation. Now, whose fault is this? It was written, it was scheduled, the bus was going to come at 5 o'clock. He didn't know the schedule, or he didn't check the schedule. He just came according to this expectation that it will come at this time. And now he's, getting angry and doing this and that. We need to understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written everything at its appropriate time. Our job is to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask. And we leave the result. We hand over the result of our du'as to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If it is written next year in December, then it will be given to us next year in December. You're asking for your job, right? And you're asking, well, Allah, if there is time, give me this job. Now that job is written for you, when? Next year in December. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, according to his wisdom, he has written that you're going to get this job in December. Now your job is what? Your duty is that you just ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because you do not know when it is. You ask. And this is our duty. That we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and leave the rest to Allah. We shouldn't be abandoning and forsaking the du'as with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That, we are making dua after 1 week. We're not seeing the results. We shouldn't be like that, because I didn't see the result, I'm not asking. This shouldn't be our treatment or our attitude with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Shouldn't be our attitude with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our attitude should be that we just ask. Let's say it's not appearing, the result is not coming after even 1 month or 2 months. Our job is again, we just ask. Leave the rest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we understand this, then we're gonna constantly make dua. and not gonna wait for the result. We know if it's written for us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us. My job is to ask. When we want to apply for a job or for anything, you can take any example. You want to get a car. You don't just wait for car thinking and having this mindset that if it's written for me, it will come. If it's not written for me, it's not going to come. What you do the actions. You go, right? You do all those appropriate things that you need to do in order to get that car. Similarly, when it comes to dua, our job is to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we need to leave the rest for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You need the result of it. So everything is going to happen. وَكُلُّ شَيْءٍ عِنْدَهُ بِأَجَلٍ مُسَمَّى. Everything according or by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala happens at its appropriate time, at its fixed time. It's not going to come before, it's not going to come after. If it's written at certain time, it will come at certain time. So when it comes to dua, we ask and leave the rest or leave the acceptance of dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So أجيب دعوة الداعي إذا دعاني فليستجيبوا لي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ. In this ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي. And when I am accepting their du'as, they should accept my command. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is accepting our du'as. Then He's telling us, فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي. They should also respond to me. They should also respond to my commands. And they should also follow my ahkam and my commandments. And then وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي, they should also believe in me, لَعَلَّهُمْ يَرْشُدُونَ, so that they get the guidance. So to get the guidance, this is the path, or one ayat, this is the ayat, not this is the ayat, this ayat is suggesting us that ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He's going to respond to you, and as well as you accept His commandments and believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are many things when it comes to dua, but these were basic few important points that I wanted to mention. Otherwise, when it comes to the topic of dua, there are moments in which are called istijabatul dua, yani the acceptance of our du'as. These are the moments that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, these ahadith, he emphasizes that make sure you make dua, and it's at these points. One of them, just one example, a dua bayna al-adhan wal iqamah la yurad. Dua that is made between adhan and iqamah, it's not rejected. In this manner, you're going to find a hadith that dua is not rejected at this point, at this point, at this point, at this point. So that's one topic. Another topic when it comes to dua, adab of dua, etiquettes of dua. That when we make dua, what etiquettes we should be, having, and all those things. So that's another topic when it comes to dua. And in this manner, there are. But what we have mentioned is one of those things from this dua, one that I've mentioned, the importance. Again, just briefly, before I conclude, just give me 1 minute to what I've said. Briefly, number one, that dua is a sila. It connects between a person and between Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I've told you, it strengthens our tawheed. When we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ittiba of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in our dua, it strengthens our iman in the article of Risalah. It strengthens again the article of our belief in the hereafter. When we are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that give us this in the hereafter. So again, when we constantly make dua, we remain firm on all our articles of faith, because these are the basic principles or basic articles of our faith. Then we talked about dua, few more points from the ayat, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions that our job, to brief, if you want to summarize that, our job is to make dua and leave the rest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That He is going to show the result on that. This is in the control of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not in our control. Our job is to make dua. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a tawfiq. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a tawfiq that we constantly ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.